Podcasting to the universe.
From the top of Mount Wack.
Live with no pants.
Here's Zackdawack.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast chatter, the joy boy with the joy toy, your daddy-o on the patio with Zackdawack here. It's just another manic Monday. Good morning, fellow wackadoodles. Welcome to the one and only no baloney, extra large and turbocharged DaWack in the morning show, live in the out of control room here at the Nut Hut studio at an undisclosed location somewhere near Atlanta, Georgia.
It's 6 a.m. and daylight breaks somewhere in the air. So grab your clothes and blow your nose, put on clean underwear. With Zackdawack from his Wack shack with all kinds of dumb. Here to start your day, his Wack. Grab your breakfast sticky buns. Wired up and fired up, grab your coffee to go. Get in your car and turn this podcast on, put down your phone. So get out of bed and move your butt and kick it in high gear. We're moving on, turn the volume up so everyone can hear. Every morning you should go to Zackdawack.com. Stand up proud and say it loud, I whack in my car.
Good morning. In case you forgot, it's Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Taking a look at the birthday list as usual. Prince George of Wales turns 11 today.
Happy birthday!
Actress Madison Pettis, who's Sophie Martinez in Corey in the House, turns 26. Ezekiel Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys is 29. Pop singer Selena Gomez is 32. Turning 35 is Keegan Allen from Pretty Little Liars. Actress AJ Cook from Criminal Minds is 46. David Spade turns 60. Turning 63 is R&B singer Keith Sweat. John Leguizamo from Bloodline and Spawn is 64. Willem Dafoe from Lighthouse, Green Goblin, and the Spider-Man films is 69. Actor-comedian Albert Brooks turns 77. Don Henley turned 77 as well. Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon and Jumanji, The Next Level, is 78.
Let's do it.
And Terrence Stamp celebrating his birthday. You might know him from Yes Man, Billy Budd. He was General Zod in Superman. He was Star Trek. He turns 86 years young today.
So this is Planet Houston.
Remembering Alex Trebek today, as this would have been his 84th birthday. Tony Sperano, football coach who served as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins from 2008 to 2011, passed away in 2018 at the age of 56. Dennis Green, one of the most successful African-American coaches in the NFL, posted a 97-62 record with the Minnesota Vikings. He passed away in 2016 at the age of 67. Dennis Farina, an actor typically cast in law enforcement roles and is best known as Detective Joe Fontana on the television series Law & Order, passed away in 2013 at the age of 69. America's first female astronaut, Sally Ride, died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 61. That was back in 2012. Estelle Getty passed away at the age of 85 in 2008.
Shut up and stroll with me down memory lane.
Poet Carl Sandburg passed away in 1967. William Lyon Mackenzie King, Canadian politician who served as the nation's 10th prime minister, holding the office for a record-breaking 22 years, passed away in 1950. James Whitcomb Riley, a 19th century author of dialect works and children's poetry. He is particularly known for poems such as Little Orphan Annie and The Raggedy Man. He died in 1916. And Cassius Marcellus Clay, a Kentucky-born politician who was the biggest proponent of abolition. He was the American minister to Russia and is often credited with gaining Russia's support for the Union cause during the Civil War. He died in 1903. Taking a look at the entertainment releases for this day in history. Star Trek Beyond, released in 2016. Sharknado 3, oh hell no, released in 2015. Friends with Benefits and Captain America, the First Avenger, released both in 2011. The Island with Scarlett Johansson, Ewan McGregor, and Steve Buscemi, released in 2005. Nip Tuck premiered in 2003, Lolita in 1998, The Daily Show premiered in 1996, and Jaws 3D released in 1983.
It happened on this day as if you care.
On July 22nd, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln informs his chief advisors and cabinet that he will issue a proclamation to free enslaved people, but adds that he will wait until the Union Army has achieved a substantial military victory to make the announcement. In 1864, the one-day Battle of Atlanta, the largest battle of the Atlanta campaign, Confederate General John Bell Hood continues to try to drive General William Sherman from the outskirts of the city when he attacks the Yankees on Bald Hill. The attack failed and Sherman tightened his hold on Atlanta. In 1916, a massive parade held in San Francisco, California to celebrate Preparedness Day in anticipation of the United States' entrance into World War I is disrupted by the explosion of a suitcase bomb which kills 10 bystanders and wounds 40 more. It would be considered the worst terrorist act in the city's history. In 1933, Wiley Poet became the first person to fly solo around the world, traveling 15,596 miles in 7 days, 18 hours, and 45 minutes. In 1934, outside Chicago's Biograph Theater, notorious criminal John Dillinger, America's public enemy number one, is killed by a hail of bullets fired by federal agents. In a fiery bank-robbing career that lasted just over a year, Dillinger and his associates robbed 11 banks for more than $300,000, broke jail and narrowly escaped capture multiple times, and killed 7 police officers and 3 federal agents. In 1991, police in Milwaukee arrested serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. In 1987, in a dramatic turnaround, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev indicates that he is willing to negotiate a ban on intermediate-range nuclear missiles without conditions. Gorbachev's decision paved the way for the groundbreaking Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty with the United States. In 1994, O.J. Simpson pleaded not guilty to the slaying of his ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ronald Goldman.
Absolutely 100% not guilty.
In 2004, the September 11th Commission issued a report saying America's leaders failed to grasp the gravity of terrorist threats before the 9/11 attacks. In 2006, in Rutland, Vermont, a woman who was spotted leaving a Kmart with a bag of goods she allegedly didn't pay for ran off with 3 Kmart employees in pursuit. The woman jumped a guardrail and darted into some woods where she got stuck in a swamp. In 2016, Japan's Funai Electric announced it was manufacturing the world's last video cassette this month. And in 2019, Marvel's superhero film Avengers Endgame became the world's highest grossing film, overtaking Avatar and earning $2.9 billion. Special events for today. National Hammock Day is celebrated every year on July 22nd to commemorate the universal symbol for relaxation. It is National Mango Day. It is Pie Approximation Day, also known as Casual Pie Day. It's Summer Leisure Day. It's Lion Shares Day. It's National Fragile X Awareness Day. It's National Panucci Fudge Day. Panucci is a fudge made with butter, milk, and brown sugar and flavored lightly with vanilla. It's National Rat Catchers Day, and it is National Spoonerism Day. Spoonerism Day honors spoonerisms, which are tongue slips that most of us make regularly. The term spoonerism refers to the practice of switching the initial letters of words as you speak. Say swy flutter instead of a fly swatter, or runny babbit instead of a bunny rabbit. I think I do that quite often. And let's check out the news. Some Texans are responding to hurricane power outages by assaulting utility workers who are trying to restore their power. Yeah, because nothing screams Texas hospitality like a boot-to-the-line worker trying to get your Netflix back on. A street in Wales was named the world's steepest. Yeah, it's so steep that once when a snowball began rolling down from the top, by the time it got to the bottom, it was big enough to destroy a Walmart. We've known for a while that prolonged sitting day after day contributes to serious chronic illness, such as heart disease and diabetes, but a study finds that people who are physically fit generally ward off those diseases despite having a desk job. However, if you get out of breath adjusting your office chair, you might be in trouble. Some space experts think there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that a comet or asteroid will crash into Earth in the next century, killing billions of us. Oh, please, yes. The upside would be shorter lines at Disney World. A study found that whales are not depleting the world's fish stocks despite their enormous appetites. According to the study, the only whales that are depleting the fish stocks are the ones waddling into Red Lobster for all-you-can-eat shrimp, lobster, and crabs. Researchers say that you can predict a relationship's success based on a couple's speaking style. Like if a couple speaks softly to one another, things are probably going to be good. And if a couple prepares to communicate via thrown shoes, there may be a problem. A study says the handles on our kitchen appliances are the grossest, germiest things in our home. Not mine. I've trained my dog to lick the spilled food off the oven door handle. Anthropologists found that our ancestors mated outside of the species 3 times. That must have been quite a weekend. A survey finds while Americans aren't too fond of instant coffee, Europeans, Central and South Americans, Australians, New Zealand, and Asians all love it.
How can you beat Maxwell House instant coffee? Now, I never knew an instant could smell that good.
Yeah, the only thing instant coffee is good for is to keep your eyes open long enough in the morning so that you can see how to make the good stuff. About 50% of us wet our toothbrushes before putting toothpaste on them. Yeah, and about 5% of us consider brushing something you do only when relatives are coming over. A sleep study found that its participants average about 6 hours and 40 minutes of sleep a night on weeknights, even though they estimated they need roughly another 40 minutes of sleep to be at their best. Yeah, that's okay. The extra 40 minutes can be worked in while on hold with a hospital billing department. Police in Norway stopped an elderly jogger because they thought she had escaped from a nursing home. Yeah, they let her go after she proved she was a runner by letting them smell her shoes. A study found that sitting near the window in airplanes exposes you to fewer germs. Plus, your sleep won't be interrupted when they tackle the disruptive passenger running up and down the aisle. According to a study, there's a link in seniors between heavy eating and memory loss, which explains why we have to keep telling Grandpa he's already gone through the Golden Corral buffet line 3 times. Once again, science confirms swearing does help us tolerate pain. A study from Keele University found using the F word when pain strikes increases pain tolerance by up to 1/3. The study builds on one from 2009. The 2024 North American Scrabble Championship has kicked off. It runs through July 24th in South Bend, Indiana. The event is the largest major Scrabble championship in North America and has been held annually by the North American Scrabble Players Association since 2009, with its origins dating back to 1978. Costco's in the news for its giant emergency food bucket with a 25-year shelf life, just in case the apocalypse decides to rear its ugly head. Containing a total of 150 freeze-dried food servings, the ReadyWise emergency food supply bucket offers a variety of meals, including teriyaki rice and apple cinnamon cereal. It's priced at $79.99 online. I don't know why all of a sudden that bucket is coming up now, but that's been around for quite a while. It was 5 years ago this summer that we were worried that images of our faces were being used by Russia. Remember? FaceApp became popular for its ability to apply various filters to users' photos, most notably an aging filter that shows us how a person might look several decades older. Launched by a Russian company, FaceApp used artificial intelligence to alter images which were uploaded to the company's servers for processing. The app went viral in mid-2019 with numerous celebrities and social media users sharing their aged photos. However, this surge in popularity also brought scrutiny and controversy. Concerns were raised about user privacy, particularly because the app's terms of service granted it a perpetual irrevocable license to use the photos and names of its users. This led to warnings from politicians and privacy advocates. Well, it's confirmed. Dads are the pushover at home. A poll of 2,000 parents revealed moms are most likely to put their foot down over time spent looking at screens, playing video games, the amount of sweets kids consume, and bedtime. Moms also call the shots when getting children to do their homework, eat everything on their plate, and try new foods. A parenting blogger suggested the following to get your kids to do things. act like you're on the phone with characters from their favorite shows.
Sweetie, I'm talking to Bluey right now, and they say your breath stinks and you should go brush your teeth.
Half of America's pet owners, about 49%, have never traveled outside of this country since owning their pet. In a study, 1 in 2 owners feel their international travel has been halted, and about a third will alter their travel plans because of their beloved pets and prefer to travel only within the country. The main reason for pet owners' struggle to travel is often the guilt associated with traveling without their pet. 68% felt especially guilty when they leave their pets behind. Not surprising when 84% in the survey admitted to seeing their beloved pet on equal terms as a family member. Pet owners also experience fewer social events than those who don't own a pet. The average pet owner misses out on 30 social events a year. Animal Control Officer Jonathan Bell of the Coalinga, California Police Department recently saved the day by rescuing 3 adorable kittens from a precarious situation. The sensitive rescue operation unfolded after officials received reports of 5 kittens stuck in a rain gutter. Upon arriving at the scene, Bell found that 2 of the kittens had already managed to free themselves from the tight spot, leaving 3 still in need of a hero. Undeterred, Bell sprang into action, climbing up the roof to reach the remaining kittens and bring them to safety. The kittens were then whisked away to the Gimme Love Animal Shelter, where they will receive the care and attention they deserve. A recent study of 35,000 children across 8 countries has unveiled an intriguing connection between green spaces and lung health. Conducted by the Barcelona Institute for Global Health, the findings revealed that children residing in greener neighborhoods exhibited enhanced lung function. Well, if you're a fan of Trader Joe's Everything But the Bagel seasoning blend and have plans to travel to South Korea, you may want to think twice about packing the condiment. The popular food seasoning mix, known for its crunchy blend of sesame seeds, salt, garlic, onion, and poppy seeds, has become the target of an intensifying crackdown at South Korean airports due to its inclusion of poppy seeds. Since 2022, poppy seeds have been on South Korea's list of restricted foods, and in recent weeks, authorities at Incheon International Airport in Seoul have escalated their efforts to confiscate the seasoning from travelers. Signs at the airport clearly indicate that the product is prohibited due to its presence of Papaver somniferum, an ingredient of the poppy family, classified as a narcotic substance under South Korea's drug control law. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America and is now coming to gamers across the world with the launch of PPA Pickleball Tour 2025. Developer Farsight Studios worked closely with the Professional Pickleball Association to create the game. The game is now available for Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Many Angelenos have feared the big one, a catastrophic earthquake that could devastate Southern California. However, new research suggests the impact might not be as severe as previously thought. Scientists from San Diego State University have proposed a theory that the network of sedimentary basins around Los Angeles could actually diminish the earthquake's effect by up to 50%. This means that the anticipated destruction and casualties from a major earthquake might be overestimated. Well, Halloween is in the air as Home Depot is now selling its viral 12-foot skeleton, affectionately known as Skelly. The skeleton has undergone a renovation this year with new customizable LED eyes. The base model skeleton still sells for $299. But if you've already got a Skelly, you can buy the new eye kit for $30. In some shocking and gross science news, a medical expert has exposed the hidden truth behind sweating nights and bacteria-ridden pillowcases. According to Dr. Gareth Nye, pillowcases can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat, with one study showing a significant increase in bacteria colonies after just 1 week. To combat this germ-laden issue, Nye recommends washing pillowcases and bedsheets weekly to prevent the buildup of harmful bacteria. Studies show that unwashed pillowcases can harbor 17,000 more bacteria colonies than a toilet seat, with an average of 3 million bacteria per square inch after 1 week. Yeah, isn't that like a normal thing, is to wash your bed sheets every week? I mean, come on. Don Gorsk of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, will soon consume his 35,000th Big Mac. Gorsk, who holds the world record for eating Big Macs, has eaten at least one a day since 1972 and has had them in every state.
Gross-a-roo.
In a monumental scientific achievement, researchers have uncovered fossil chromosomes in the preserved remains of a female woolly mammoth that walked the earth over 50,000 years ago. The remarkable discovery sheds new light on the genetic makeup of the ancient creatures and opens up possibilities for further exploration into the history of life on our planet. The study reveals that the mammoth had 28 pairs of chromosomes, the same number found in modern elephants. The breakthrough sets the stage for potential advancements in de-extinction efforts, with biotechnology companies like Colossal Biosciences already working on reviving species like the woolly mammoth. A study reveals that the average person will spend more than 2 years of their life bored to tears. Experts found this typical adult will waste almost 6 hours a week feeling completely and utterly bored with life. The main reason for this boredom was having no money. However, researchers say that boredom can spark creativity and innovation by providing the mental space needed for new ideas to form. It encourages self-reflection and problem-solving, helping individuals understand their desires and goals better. Additionally, boredom can motivate people to seek out new activities and experiences, fostering personal growth and learning. A fan of The Simpsons, who was banned from watching the popular cartoon as a child, broke a world record 10 years ago after getting covered in tattoos of Homer Simpson. At the time, the 27-year-old New Zealander Lee Weir had 41 Homer Simpsons tattooed on his body. Fast forward a decade later, and Weir has 55. I guess the man likes his Homer. A man in China found a roach in his salad. The waitress told him it was perfectly common and there was nothing to worry about. When he sarcastically asked if she would bite into the insect, she scooped it off the plate and gulped it down. A Chinese man discovered his wife's infidelity by using a drone to spy on her during work hours. Suspecting that his wife was cheating with her boss, the man controlled the drone from a safe distance to capture the shocking evidence. The drone footage revealed his wife leaving her office with her mysterious man, driving to a secluded location, and engaging in intimate activities. The man did turn out to be her boss. A Nashville man found himself in trouble with the law after a heated dispute with his roommate at their apartment. The altercation reportedly stemmed from Nathaniel Parker's frustration with Dalen Turrentine's lack of contribution around the house due to unemployment. When police arrived at the scene, they discovered the aftermath of a physical altercation, including missing patches of hair in both men's heads. In Norway, a large woman drank so much that she lost her balance and fell into one of her kitchen chairs. Well, she got stuck between the armrests. She managed to grab her phone and call for help, explaining that her legs were getting numb and she couldn't stand up. Rescue workers couldn't pry her loose and ended up having to break the chair to get her free. Once she regained the feeling in her legs, they helped her into bed where her husband was sound asleep. Once outside, he discovered that when he briefly left the police in Italy pulled over some nuns after they were caught speeding. The Ford full of nuns was going 112 miles an hour. In Sweden, 2 guys called a cab and asked the cabbie if he could also take along their bicycle. As the cabbie was attaching the bike to the rear of the cab, he noticed it looked familiar. Upon further inspection, he realized it was his bicycle. The 2 cab customers had stolen the cabbie's bike while he was at work, and then by chance had called the very same cabbie to ask for a ride. Once in his cab, the cabbie locked the back doors and drove them to the police station. A woman in Germany was arrested after she tried to buy a car at a dealership using close to $17,000 in homemade counterfeit money.
Whether you're rich or parking cars, your fate is written in the stars. You don't want to look like a dope, so please listen close for your horoscope.
Well, it's time for the DaWack in the Morning Horrible Scopes. And if today is your birthday, you are a Cancer. Screaming loudly only serves to wake the neighbors. They'll only investigate once they're sure you're dead and the murderer has left the crime scene. Prepare to gape wildly at the beautiful horror you'll experience this month. Nice and butch is how you like it, but you might want to play it down in certain circumstances. Leo, you are trapped in a cave with a panther and a sound system playing Michael Bolton's greatest hits. What do? It's never too late to accept that you're a complete fraud. Open all boxes with caution today. Some boxes may contain deadly surprises and traps. The number you are thinking about is an odd number below 50. Virgo, it's going to be one of those days. I really apologize. Try to avoid challenging yourself today. You may find that you are ready for a fall. The phenomenon of time standing still may occur to you numerous times today. Libra, sandwiches often seem harmless until they force their way into your stomach and start screaming and banging. Your ability to perform open heart surgery may be brought into question today as you attempt to help an asthmatic in the local park who's having breathing difficulties. Crossing your arms and legs and fingers is fine. Almost everything you feel about life is unwarranted. You should feel almost the opposite about life at the moment and embrace your worst fears. Scorpio, you might find yourself on the wrong end of a stick of wood today. Anything someone says today that is unkind is probably meant in jest. You ugly bastard. Hope will also get you through your problems. Yes, hope your doctor is mistaken or misinformed about your unfortunate predicament. Horoscopes have always had a tendency to be wrong for you, but today's will be a peach. Sagittarius, you will find you get better sex advice if you stop talking about what you call little people in your nearby park. Lunchtime is the best time of the day for you today. Ketchup and catsup are essentially the same thing, but a brown sauce is not always a brown sauce. Capricorn, the odds that you'll escape today without a serious injury are incalculable. Terrible things will happen to someone you hate today. You may feel joyous. Everything you feel about yourself will be confirmed today as you're put through the mill and emerge victorious. Whilst you may think that this horrible scope is completely useless, I have to admit, I have a very guilty secret. You see, all horrible scopes are completely useless. There, I said it. Now, Mrs. McGinty, who taught me everything I knew, will rue the day when she said I couldn't make it as an astrologer. Curse you, Mrs. McGinty. Aquarius, lifting heavy objects may cause you pain later today. Find yourself someone to settle down with. Don't be choosy, just pick at random. If random fails, go for whoever doesn't violently sick up on your clothing. Every reason you have for doing what you did is sound. Be grateful that you have a good network of friends and family. Pisces, your appetites for love are not dampened by the loss of a limb, but your partner's might be. Your luck has finally run out this weekend and everything comes out in the open. Hope can be found in the bottom of some packets of cereal. However, relying on this fact is probably a folly you should avoid. Aries, you may hear good news today from an excitable old lady who may turn out to be drunk. Dandruff and bad breath is not the best way to ward off unwanted advances. Although assuming that this is your intention, you are definitely going about it the right way. Tight rope walking is an excellent way to lose a few pounds from your intestine. Rumor has it that hot dogs might be 90% snout, but you, sir, are 100% ass. Taurus, nobody can stop you as you make that important breakthrough this week. Cartoon fun can be yours if you pick up the right set of pencils and think really hard about drawing. Applying yourself to work may be the only way you can crush the thoughts that rampage through your ill mind. And finally, Gemini, you may be better off taking charge of your own laundry today for reasons that the stars do not make clear. Until the time comes when you are able to do something about it, defer all your anger to the television shows you waste your life watching. Crying over spilt milk may seem like a folly, but perhaps not if you spilt piping hot milk all over your naked body. The scars left on your knees are there for everyone to see. And those are your official DaWack in the Morning Horrible Scopes. And remember,
Don't leave home without them.
Netflix is getting rid of its cheapest ad-free plan. The $11.99 a month basic plan is being phased out. The cheapest ad-free plan now costs $15.49. Now customers are faced with one remaining cheap Netflix subscription plan, your brother-in-law's password. Adobe Analytics estimates that customers spent a record-breaking $14.2 billion over the course of this week's Amazon Prime sales event. It's amazing what American consumers achieve when Amazon Prime Day becomes Amazon Prime Night. Throw in 4 glasses of boxed wine and an internet connection. Japanese gymnastics star Shoko Mayata will not compete in the 2024 Olympics in Paris later this month after she violated team rules by drinking alcohol. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You gotta respect anyone who can have a few drinks and still walk a balance beam. July 22nd, 2017 marked the first World Drive Electric Day, an annual event showcasing and promoting the use of electric vehicles. EV owners plan to commemorate the day by waiting around their local shopping mall charging station for several hours. Harrison Ford is now 82. Instead of the Ark of the Covenant, he now spends most of his time trying to find his reading glasses. A beautiful face attracts more partners than a beautiful body, according to a scientific survey. In related news, how's that cure for cancer coming? Fact of the day, a 10-year-old goldfish had a 45-minute surgery to remove a tumor in 2014. The doctors performing the surgery said the routine was simple, but she was being a little coy. A homeless man was shot and killed by police outside the Republican National Convention, which is terrible, but a horrible way to treat Rudy Giuliani. Politicians in Japan have introduced a rule calling on citizens to laugh at least once a day because of evidence that it reduces the risk of heart attack. As a result, this program will only be available on a doctor's prescription. Bob Dylan has announced he will play 2 shows in Edinburgh as part of his European tour, where mobile phones are banned. And that is one way of ensuring he gets a good reception. A man in San Diego, California, survived being shot 6 times. The 32-year-old was driving on Tuesday night when someone fired 16 shots into his car but lived to tell about it. We don't know yet the survivor's name, so for now we'll just call him Swiss Cheese. Comedian actor Will Ferrell is now 57. He's celebrated by throwing a fun party that was good, but just not as good as it would have been 20 years ago. It's been estimated that Kim Jong-un has executed over 100 officials since he took office, and yet the barber who based his haircut off a picture of Miley Cyrus from 2009 continues to be spared. Ariana Grande once said that she hates that Americans consume so much bad food. On the other hand, she's really glad Americans still consume so much bad music. A 5'2" tall patient is suing his surgeon who left one of her legs a few inches shorter than the other. She's hopping mad. The RNC had a great time in Wisconsin. It's annually rated the drunkest state in the U.S. The other night, Wisconsin got so drunk it ended up in bed this morning with West Virginia. And that does it for the Monday edition of the DaWack in the Morning Monday show. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, Mr. Zack Wackalina. Be sure to connect with us at Zackdawack.com. That's ZackDawack.com. Or call 984-DaWack1. That's 984-329-2251. Like, subscribe, and please share this show with someone you love. Thank you for listening. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget us, and we won't forget you. I'm Zackdawack saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. As we're going on holiday, we'll be back Friday, August the 2nd. Same Wack time, same Wack channel. Wack out.
Hi, buckaroos!
Are you the guys on the beach who hate everything?
So, you working hard or hardly working?
Are we a little bit confused?
Made in Georgia, baby! Woo!
World, global, universal, and cosmological rights reserved. Mineral rights, too.